Hi. So today I'm going to talk to you about authenticity. So firstly, with authenticity, what is it? It means being true to yourself, and rather than hiding parts of yourself, you reveal all of it. You know, you are true to everything that is part of you, your essence, all of it. And that means being true to also your weaknesses, your shadow, your acceptance of it all. Okay? Being brutally honest with yourself and practicing honesty with yourself always. Okay? So that means that you, for instance, if you are within a religion, but you drink, and you hide that part of yourself. So the thing is, being authentic is being one full person rather than different identities with different people, different scenarios, different egos. Okay, so when you when you connect yourself to your within and fully be honest throughout, it prevents you from having to hide behind certain things, and also hide in order to protect yourself through the psyche, and also hide parts of yourself. So when you hide parts of yourself, what happens is it gets suppressed and ends up in your subconscious, and then that's how the ego gets bigger and bigger, and the psyche gets much more walls put up, and becomes extremely protective, okay, and extremely able to be triggered and extremely conditioned. Okay, so being authentic means just being real to yourself, and revealing all parts of yourself, no matter what society puts on you, no matter what the people that are surrounding you put on you. What will happen usually is that when you do become more authentic, you will move up to higher levels of different vibrational people, and people that will accept you more. So that shouldn't be a problem, and people that really, really love you will accept you being your real self. But the thing is that we always wear a mask, so that's what people react to. So what does that mean when what happens when you decide to be inauthentic? So what happens is you reject parts of yourself and you wear a mask, and people react to the lie, so they only know you as your mask. You then seek validation from everyone around you, pretty much everyone around you. Some people it's less, but you will seek validation from people that are least respectful to you. So if you don't have the validation within yourself and fully accept yourself and fully connect with yourself, all right, and love yourself, okay, you will seek validation outwards. Okay, so either you will seek validation materialistically, or you will seek validation through other people, especially obviously with the inner child that has been rejected. You will seek validation through your parents, and then that will lead on to you seeking validation, especially with relationships. So not only friendships is the next level, but relationships, it goes family, relationships, and then friends, and then outer people, that's usually how it goes. And you crave their approval. So, and this is the thing, like if you are also surrounded by inauthentic people, you will also end up being more and more confused, because they are also lost, and they are also inauthentic, and you are all living off of each other's approval and inauthenticity. So it means that you spiral and disconnect further and further from your essence. Because if you're true to yourself, at the end of the day, that's all that matters, because then you feel alive. Other people may, so this is the thing, when you do try to connect within and become more authentic, there will be naysayers because of the fact that they are so disconnected from themselves. So when you go on that path of authenticity, there will be people that will feel uncomfortable with it because they haven't connected within. They will tend to say things like, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. It will ruin your life. You will regret it. Okay? But this is why it's really important to connect within and build up on your authenticity as well as your intuition, because then you become more aware, more truthful, more honest, and then you become able to decipher within what is right for you and what is wrong for you, and what is a lie and what is not, and what is something that someone is saying because of their own fears and their own conditions, and what is true to you. My dad, who's one of the closest people to me, was very uncomfortable with the fact of me turning different directions in my career paths. And I was heading a company, a corporate company, and my dad was very proud of it. And then, circumstances worked the way they'd worked. And then I ended up going into jewelry, and then I became an artist. And I would never change that, because that is literally, it's the only thing that I haven't gotten bored with. It's the thing that has really connected me to, really self-expression and truths, and my subtler truths. So if I had listened to my dad, I would have felt like I would have regretted it, and I would have been full of fear and not wanting to go on that path of discovery. So when you do go on the path of authenticity, you will then question things. You will then understand yourself. This is especially applied to empaths. So empaths will disregard their own authenticity and disregard their own feelings and energy in order to help others. Now, once you develop into a knowing empath, okay, then you are much more aware of what you can mix with and what you can help and what you can't help. And that is important. Now, with accepting the shadow, why it's really important, I guarantee you, if you are to remove all bad parts of yourself, you will lose some of the good as well, some of the really good as well. Because the reason why we have certain good parts of ourselves is because of those bad parts. You cannot have one without the other. There is, okay, so an example would be, you can't feel compassion without having gone through, you can feel compassion up to a certain extent, but you feel a growth of compassion and compassion up to a certain level when you have been through hard times, when you have dealt with your shadows. There are certain shadows that you don't know when you might need that shadow. It might need to play out at a certain point, you might need to use it for something. And this is the thing, like, you have to accept all of it and be able to use it for your advantage. That's really learning how to be authentic and be enlightened. Also, without shadows, you can't grow, because it's a constant pull of energy. It's consciousness, so it causes expansion, and it takes you from one to the other. If it's just good, you just be stagnant always. You have to have this.